African beaches have been an hotspot of sex tourism, with the beach boys acting as the middlemen in the trade. These beach boys are known for offering beach services such as snorkeling, swimming, souvenirs, tours, and massage. However, somehow they have been channeling sexual tourism in the African coasts. And Soy, a senior correspondent in BBC News, back in 2014 carried out some investigative stories about sex tourism in Malindi. One of the girls she interviewed gave out a shocking confession. She said, and I quote, "I ask my friends who work as beach boys to find for me a white tourist. When they get the client, we strike a deal. Sometimes they want anal sex, but I agree as long as they pay more." She added that in a good month, she could get a client every day. And by the way, by then, she was underage. That's automatically confirming the role of beach boys as the middlemen in sex tourism at the Kenyan coast. Well, let's take another twist and look at another case where a freelance journalist, Sasha Fairhead, interviewed beach boys along the Kenyan coast, and what came out from her interviews was shocking. The beach boys confirmed that they were acting as middlemen in this trade. Listen.
That the beach boys have opened up doors to another realm of sex tourism along the Kenyan coast. Beach boys will not always become sex workers themselves, but they might be a middleman. So an older man might come to them and say, all right, I want to find a girl for the night, or I want to find a girl to come and stay with me for 3 weeks, or be my girlfriend, whatever. They will either try and put them in contact with someone, or today I was talking to a guy who says he will go with this man and drive an hour, 2 hours into the middle of nowhere in Kenya to these poor villages, and he will say to the man, okay, pick someone. And then this older man will just be like, all right, I want that girl. And then that girl will come back with him, and sometimes he'll just stay with him for a little bit. Sometimes they'll end up marrying and go back with them to Italy or wherever they are. And I asked him what would happen if that girl said no. And his response was, they don't have a choice. But essentially, that is sex. What he meant by that was, it's not like they completely force them into it, but it is this thing of, they are living in such dire poverty that this is their only way out, that almost along the coast, people see these white foreign tourists as a glimmer of hope out of poverty.
Well, what has subjected these boys into being agents of sex tourism in the coast? One is the high levels of poverty. And you know, at the end of the day, you have to put a meal on the table. Another thing is high level of unemployment amongst the youth in the coast. They say if they could have jobs in the industries, they could abandon these unethical jobs, like being agents of sex tourism. The white is gold in the Kenyan coast. Very less will go to work on the construction sites, yet they can earn more than what they will earn in the construction sites when they act as agents of sex tourism. We need to change this. Remember to subscribe to this channel for the next episode. Goodbye.